Hello, so in this video I'm going to be talking about how to generate window replacement leads that actually pick up the phone. My name is Temi, I'm with Lead Phoenix AI, and over the last 6 weeks we've generated over 2,000 leads for our partners, and these are high intent leads that actually convert into actual jobs, right? So in this video I'm going to show you how we are able to use this strategy, right, to actually generate high intent leads that translate into jobs, right? All right, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the actual problem. Like, why is the current strategies that you're using probably right now is not working? So first of all, the current methods that people actually use to generate leads right now are more like free estimate ads, right? So you're like, get a free quote, right? Or some actually, worse still, you have people sending ads like, get 0% down or $40 a month windows. The problem is those ads attract bargain hunters, people that are comparing, 10 plus companies. The kind of message you put out there will determine the kind of people you'll actually get. And then the problem is they also don't answer because they're already talking to 500 contractors, right? They're like jaded because they kind of lump everybody into the same bucket, right? So the best way to get across this or not to be seen as a commodity is to actually change the way you communicate with these clients, right? Because if you don't change that, you're already competing on price before you even get them on the phone, right? When you see ads like this, right, ready to upgrade your home, ads that looks like a brochure style ads. Unfortunately, with this company, it's more about ask about our BOGO special and no interest financing. Yeah, I know it's obvious, like clients want a deal, but if you lead with that, then that's when you get bargain hunters, right? So the question is, how do you flip the script and not come across as a commodity? And that's how we do it. Okay, so let me explain to you the way that you can actually flip that script. So what we come into, the first thing is we actually use what we call the education and pre-qualification method, right? Because what we believe in and what we know works is that the time spent with you, the time spent with your brand means you have more of a mind share. So imagine you have like them talking to 5 people, and then you're all lumped into the same into the same bucket. But then the person that takes up more mind share in the space of the client is the one they're going to remember, is the one they're probably going to sign with, right? More probability of them signing with that client, with that contractor, going forward, right? So how do you do this? Well, first of all, let me just talk about this, this idea of the 7 marketing touch points, right, to improve conversion rates. There is the law of 7, right? If they see you once, okay, that's fine. They know about you. If they see you twice, they're learning more, and they keep on seeing you for those normal for 7 more touch points, right? Then you can get them across the line from awareness to consideration to purchase to service to loyalty, right? So what we're actually basically doing is increasing the number of touch points, increasing the amount of time spent with our brand so that we can take up more mind share. And the best way to do that is basically to educate and give resources, right? Because if they have resources to consume, that makes them spend more time with us, right? So instead of running like get a free estimate, or we offer things like calculate your window replacement cost. So we take them through a funnel, an in-depth funnel. I'm going to show how that works, because when they go through this funnel, we increase the amount of time they spend with us. We increase the touch points. And then obviously people actually want to know pricing before talking to sales. Some people just want to actually talk to sales. So let's give them an idea of how much this thing is going to cost. It takes so little time to implement this, but then it goes a long way. Okay? And then the good thing about this is that by the time they submit, as I said, they've already invested 2 to 3 minutes learning about their options, right? They're pre-qualified on what we call the BNT, their budget, their needs, and then the timelines before you actually make that call. So let me show you the process, how we actually get this done, right? So what we do is we set up like a window cost calculator funnel, right? So we take them through this funnel. They start, when they land on the website, they get on this page where they're selecting the glass type. So they're selecting, they're learning more about their options. And as you can see, it's basically not like a simple form that they're clicking through. We're actually giving them footnotes where they're actually learning about what kind of glass there is. So low E reflects heat while letting the light in. Double insulated, 2 panes with gas fill. Impact resistance, right? So they're actually learning. They choose their glass type, then they select their frame type. It's going to be vinyl, wood, fiberglass, low maintenance, excellent insulation, and very affordable, right? If you want fiberglass, it's really durable and resistant to temperature changes. You can see like as they're selecting this, they can already start seeing what quality, like that education is already happening subconsciously, right? Subconsciously, and it's so powerful. Like we get people going through this, they actually go back. We can actually track them actually going back and forth into the form, trying to see what options are better for them, right? And then they now select what type of window. Actually, this is the first screen they see before they see the other screen, so this is actually not in order. But then they can now choose double hung, awning, single hung, bay or bow. They may not know what this looks like. They may not know what kind of window this is, right? But then we're actually training them or giving them that education as they're going through this, right? And then the next, they select how many windows. This kind of gives you like a budget size indicator, right? So we can easily pre-qualify them and say, if you want one window, we're probably not the best person for you, right? If you want 10 plus windows, then we'd like to come out. Okay, so then they put in their zip code, and then they put in their contact details, right? And this is actually where it all happens, right? So they get like a custom estimate report. So they get a budget range, right? This is how much it's going to cost. They have the project specifications, how it's distributed over labor and materials. If you want to, we can also take it out as well. So some people don't like that. And then we tell them that, there's the lock in the price today. The estimate is valid for 30 days. So that's like a way of bringing in urgency that, if you want this price, give us a call, right? So once a client actually goes through this funnel, compared to the other person saying, click here and give me and then book a free estimate, or click here and get 0% off. Like you've already taken more mind share, in the client's mind, right? And then this is where we actually pull in the unfair advantage. So we actually just don't stop there. So what we do is we can actually email them, or they can download the report, like a personalized guide right there on that screen. So imagine them having like something that they can actually hold. Well, they can't really hold it, but if they printed it out, they can actually hold it. But something that they feel is like, personalized to them. And this is how we can do this. Like, we can actually scale this across multiple clients, right? So they can actually go in there, have a personalized report. Actually, let me show you what that report looks like. Or before I can actually show you what the page looks like. So you can read more information there. Casement windows, they can choose vinyl. They have low E. They want 10 plus windows. They put in the zip code. Let's put it Beverly Hills zip code just to be. And then they put in their details, and then they get that. But then what I was going to show you was this report here, right? So they actually are able to. They have a 16-page report. You can see it there, right? It's long, but then this is us increasing that time spent and that mind share. So imagine, we are blowing the competition out of the water, right? Because no one is doing this. We are actually able to give them a full report that they can actually hold and then read through, right? And then the idea behind this is our mantra is an educated buyer is a better buyer any day. So we'll take our time to educate every lead that comes through. So this is how we're able to generate leads that are like, high contact rates. And when you call, they're actually looking forward to your call as well too. Okay, so we talk about their selections, right? What they've chosen, what their investment and return on investment is as well too. Then we now start explaining, right? So double hung windows, you select double hung windows, what they are, what the benefit is, and what your advantage is, right? Like this is pure education, pure taking more of that mind share, increasing all those contact points. So they've the touch points we already have on the form. Every screen is a touch point. The report is the touch point. right? So they've got vinyl frames, the smart financial choice. Explain what vinyl frames are. Give them a table to show where they fall in, right? Then they choose low E glass technology, why that is good, right? So I don't want to go through in depth, but what I might do actually is probably link this report. So if you comment in the link down below, I can link the report down below, and then you can download a sample of this. And then basically what the timeline is, what I'm going to do, we arrive at 7 a.m., we're done by 5 p.m. What to expect, post-installation checklist, right? So I don't want to just keep on talking about this, right? But the idea is when a client actually knows what their choices are, right? Then they can actually select and self-select and say, you know what, I actually want to work with these guys. If they're able to give me this value up front, right? How much more value would they give me when I select them as my contractor? So, as I said, the investment intent, they spent 2 to 3 minutes going through the calculator. They've learned about low E glass, double insulator. They've compared wood frames versus vinyl. Now they're actually researching. Now we're actually making them research, and we're giving them the best value upfront, right? They've got the value first. They know the specifications, and then you've given them something valuable, as I said, before asking for a conversation, right? That's how value exchange works, right? And as I said, educated buyers are better buyers. They are not shocked by the pricing because they've already have like a budget range, a range of how much it's going to cost, and they understand why premium options cost more because it's in the report, and they've already self-selected. They can actually go back and then re-choose whatever they want based on this report, and then get like a new estimate, right? A new cost calculation. Then the best thing about this is also that the contact is now seamless. So when you're calling them, it's not more a cold call. You're actually following up on their request. So what we do is we text them the estimated reports immediately. We send them an email as well too. And when our partners call, all they have to do is oh yeah, I see you're selecting 2 awning windows with wood frames. My name is James from this company. Would you like to have a chat about that? So now it's more of like a consultation. It's more of a conversation, not like a cold call saying, oh, I see you put in your phone name, email, and phone number. Do you want some windows? It's a totally different conversation. And even if they don't pick up, right, you still have the small 20% that don't pick up, I don't answer. So what we do is we enter them into the educational email sequence. So we're actually following up with them once, twice, every day with emails. If you want to know what kind of emails we send, and then how we actually do the follow-up nurture sequence, I'm going to link a video up here right now, and then you can actually take a look and watch that as well too. But basically, this is how you generate leads that actually pick up the phone. If you want to, what we do is we do this every day for our partners, right? So if you want to have a chat and see how we can help you generate high intent quality window replacement leads, there's going to be a link in the description. So you can book a call with our team, and then we can help you. But if you want to find out more, so watch that video that I'm going to link also up here as well too, and find out more about how we educate and nurture clients and increase those touch points, right? So have a great day, and then see you in the next video.